how you brand yourself is also very important.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of our Win Together Achiever series. Today, I'm very pleased to have with me Derek.
Hi.
Derek, congrats. You got yourself the Pegasus Award. So in December, ending 2021 with a bang. Well done, man.
Thank you.
Yes. So a little bit about Derek. Derek comes across to me. Basically, you come across to me like some guy who's very organized, a lot of marketing flair, and I think maybe you've asked me offhand, something that really appeals to me is your marketing material, because when I opened on the letterbox, I took out, I said, wow, this amidst all the number of flyers, yours really stood out. And so tell me a little bit about that how do you get these flyers? How do you design your brochure rather, and things like that?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you got it. First, usually when because I came from a branding and marketing communications background.
Okay.
So to me, whatever you put out, whether it's marketing communication material or how you brand yourself, right, is very important. So, and because back then in my previous career, I used to work with a lot of designers,
okay,
and creative people. So, and I use each of them based on their strengths. So when I had this idea in mind of what I want to do for my own real estate brochure, so I went through all the people in my mind, and there was one that I worked with quite well, and I know his works. So I approached him, and then I gave him a brief, and then I told him, basically my brief was very simple. I don't want to look like any of the other brochures you see in the mailbox. That's one. Most importantly is it must be relevant enough for the clients or whoever will receive it to at least want to keep it or pass it on to somebody else, okay, which I did experience, where one of them passed it to someone else and a lead called me. Yeah, so basically that was how it came about.
So actually explains why the material, it looks like it came from an ad agency. So it really looks like it's one of those big brands and things like that. I think we should show it up on the screen so you can see it as well.
Because I was quite particular, even little things like the paper itself, to me it makes a difference.
Yes.
The paper, the font you use, all the little details. It's a job hazard back then in my previous job. So, but in the end, it turned out to be beneficial for me because I was able to use it in real estate. Okay.
Yeah. So there, I guess with that kind of skill set, all your marketing materials, all your text, your content, it seems to appeal because I guess this came from your previous job experience.
I'm glad it helped. I'm glad it helped. Yeah.
Okay. But that must be really long ago because you've been in real estate coming 10 years, 9 years?
Yeah, 9-10 years, yeah.
Okay.
That was quite some time back. But each time, I mean, since I was in school, I've always been very interested in the creative process. Advertising, marketing communications, marketing, PR. So, and yes, it's something that I'm very passionate about. Just to share, aside from marketing materials, actually, how you brand yourself is also very important. Yes. Doesn't mean you always need to have a logo.
Yep.
How you speak, from the very get-go you meet a client, how you speak, your actions,
the first impression,
yes, how you react to problems. The whole thing is a brand, yourself. Yes. So like for example, if someone says, hey, Bruce, yeah, everyone knows, or at least I would say almost everyone knows.
I hope it's Bruce, not bad stuff.
Or wild stuff. So like, hey, Bruce is X, this is this. So all this is part of your branding, and it stays with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Your name, so rather whatever logo you use, the values that you have, right, stays with you. So to me, that is very important when communicating to your clients.
So I always stress to, whether it's my colleagues and some of the agents come to me, I always tell them spend a bit of invest into your branding. Because if you do prospecting, it's a one-off. When you do branding, this sees you through the rest of your career or rest of your life even. Correct. So it's very, very important.
Yeah. So that's how some of them, if what you do actually appeals to the client, they typically will stay with you for a long period of time because they could not find anyone else to replace you.
Were you by any chance, during your branding days, were you by any chance an account manager
Yes. I was
okay.
I was in
Okay.
an advertising
Explains
agency
why.
before, and one of the accounts I was handling was Heineken.
Oh, so it explains the alcohol and now everything makes sense now.
Unfortunately, I don't drink very much, but it didn't matter because what was most important to me was I actually like the branding of Heineken.
Yeah.
For those who are familiar with Heineken, their branding ads, their beer ads are always very different from your Tigers, your Anchors, and all the other brands.
Yep.
So and
Position
so
as something a little bit more premium.
premium.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly. So I had the opportunity to experience and work on that. So that was a good thing.
Okay, so this really explains why. I mean, I've dealt with you a few times, and I've seen how you manage clients. We work on a couple of landed projects, and I noticed that the way you really manage the clients is really based on the account. If it felt like you were account manager or consultant,
Correct.
more than somebody who comes to me as just doing sales all the way. There's a lot of relationship, a lot of feelings involved.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the way moving forward, I think, for you.
It is.
Right.
Especially for me because I was never in a sales background.
Okay.
Throughout my past, before I joined real estate, it was always in marketing communication and branding and advertising. So I was never a salesperson per se.
But today you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
today
one of
I
the
am.
top. Yeah.
Having said that, when I look back and I realize that actually, yes, I may not be a salesperson, but when you pitch ideas to TV, to newspapers, to magazines, to radio, about some promotions that you want to do, that in itself is sales.
Yes.
It's just that you don't realize it because you're not selling a product. So I realized that, hey, actually those were the skills that I was able to cross over to real estate. And then, yes, as you mentioned, yes, so handling different clients was like handling different accounts.
Yeah.
Every account is different, every brand is different. So every client is also like a different brand.
Yes.
Some clients are very nice, very generous. Some are a little bit more difficult, a bit more old school. But either way, it's all a people business.
Yes.
Whatever the product it is, at the end of the day, you don't talk to the product.
That's
You
right.
talk to the people behind the product.
That's right.
Uh,
Every new day brings a new challenge. You never
yeah,
know
that's
what
the fun
tomorrow
part.
is going to be
If
like.
you ask me, that's the fun part.
Yes.
Co-brokes, agents, clients, wherever, everyone you meet is different.
Yes.
Some became good friends. Some became very good clients who give you.
Some became enemies.
Yeah, they keep enemies close, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So Derek, so can I say that real estate is actually your second career? That means your first career was in advertising, and then it came to real estate.
Well, not really, because before advertising, I also in between that, I also was not in between. Advertising was in between my music industry because
okay.
I was with.
So you have an arty side of you.
Yeah, I was in
Creative.
Warner Music and Universal Music, and back then we were handling names like Linkin Park, Real Chili
Wow.
Peppers, and all that. So that was where I learned a lot because that's where I started, right? So all the 360 degrees marketing and all that, because a lot of things we have to be very hands-on. But so how I end up here was I actually don't believe in staying in the industry or in the company or in the industry for more than 5 years. Basically because I
That's
like to-
worrying. How many years are you in SRI now?
Four.
Four. So, oh no. I'm down to the last year with you.
No, but it's very different. So because the reason being, change is good. The learning curve is a lot sharper.
Yes.
And you learn different things in a different setting, in a different company. But then for the funny thing is for real estate, as you mentioned, I've been here for about almost 10 years, right? At the 5th year, I didn't feel anything. I thought, how come I didn't feel anything? So it's very odd. Then we reached the 6th year and the 7th year. I said, but I still enjoy what I'm doing. In fact, it was my sixth year that I joined SRI. I still enjoying. It was change, right? So I did change company.
Yeah.
But
So all the leaders out there looking for somebody to poach, he's your target.
but the thing is, it has reached the 19 and coming to 10. I was like, hey, I don't feel the need to move. I didn't feel the need to move the company because I'm very happy here with Bruce.
Thank you.
And then I don't feel the need to change the industry because there's so much more things to learn. It's still a lot of things to learn.
Every day is a new experience.
Every day is a new experience, and I still am very passionate about it. So that's the good thing. So I'm not looking to go anywhere anytime soon.
Okay, sorry. So, okay, I think one of the, I work a lot with you. So one of this let me rub a little bit of salt in your in the wound. But yeah, I remember this case, very clear case. We're working on a new landed house together.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? And the buyer came in, wanted to buy, and in the end, it was sold at a slightly higher price and things like that. Missed the deal.
Couldn't close it.
Yeah, but the buyer still appointed you, despite missing out the deal. Some of the deals I missed for the buyer, he'll tell me, hey, you are lousy, man. You can't even get me the deal. But in your case, he actually appointed you for his own house, to sell his own house after that.
Yeah.
So I guess that clearly shows that kind of relationship that you basically went through. And I think, maybe a little bit more details. Unfortunately, you sold it, and you didn't. The buyer unfortunately didn't screw up. He screwed up, He didn't exercise.
Yeah.
But with that, the client still keeps very good contact with you. And when I met him, he was singing praises of you. That really clearly shows the kind of relationship you build. It's a very, very long-term one. This is something that really made an impact.
Great, because I think from the get-go, I think my approach to them was, I think maybe slightly more different, which I think he appreciated. Because as I mentioned before, I wasn't really a salesperson, so I don't hard sell anything. So it's always more of like a consultant kind of approach, and I think that appeals to certain profile of buyers or sellers even. And so even though the first deal, his purchase didn't work out, but he did, ask for me to sell his place, his own landed house that he's selling. Unfortunately, they almost closed it, but the buyer had some issues with financing, so it didn't happen. But what my takeout was, at the end of the day, he still keeps in very close contact with me. Like Christmas and Chinese New Year, he will send me messages and greetings even before I send to him. And send me a lot of well wishes and all that. So I'm very glad. So to me, that is still a positive takeout.
Yeah. I think something that is even positive is that you should no deal, but he still paid you. So
he did give me a
this is
so it was very nice of him.
Really clearly shows that kind of relationship and bond that you have with your clients.
Importantly, just be yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Just be yourself, you take you a long way.
Yes. Okay, Derek, thanks for your sharing for today. I guess if you are looking for not a real estate salesperson, but rather an account manager with that creative flair, really to look after your entire portfolio, give you sound and genuine advice, Derek may very well be the next person you're looking for. Okay, with that, thanks a lot for tuning in. See you around. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.